I am live. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good morning. This is Kingdom Queen Talk YouTube, and I am Lady Tay, the Vision Queen. I am on here with my Diamond Strong family and our victory rally. We having our victory rally week 3, and I'm excited because I'm always here to answer all your questions you may have and to also hear about your week and your testimonies, because at this point I believe we should have some testimonies coming in about your victory. We've been marching for 3 weeks now. This is week 3. I'm excited for April, so I hope you are getting in the groove of things, because April is approaching soon after Easter, or Resurrection Sunday, or whatever you call it. I call it Resurrection Sunday personally, but I'm just excited. I want to get on here and to cheer you on again, my Diamond Strong family. We're going to talk about a topic tonight as well that I think that would be very helpful for you guys. Hey, Damaya, I see you joined us. Welcome. Welcome to the meeting. I'm going to wait for a few more people before we really get started. But I just want to answer any questions you may have as far as, if you have any fasting questions. If you're going to start a fast, let me know so that I can be in prayer with you, as well as give you tips. And just check in and see how you guys are doing and what are you guys doing. I know some of you have been doing the 1 meal a day, OMAD. How's that going for you? Also, some of you guys have been doing the low carb. Some of you are doing keto. Like I said before, and I want to make that very clear, I'm not the type of person that would sit here and say, oh, you have to be keto. Oh, you have to be vegan. Now, I think everybody have to listen to their bodies and adjust to what works for you. I'm just here to help support you on your fasting and to help you catch the vision of the kingdom of God and catch the vision of the real true you, so that you can find out what's your divine nutritional blueprint. Because I know there's successful people that are really good with vegan. Like my brother-in-law, he's good at vegan because, he has a lot of issues where he can't eat meat. So, there's some people that are good with that, and there's some people like me that eat meat. So, I'm not going to be here and be like, oh, you can't have meat, you can't have this, you can't have that. No, I want you to find what works for you. I want to help you fine-tune what works for you. Hey, Jackie, I see you joined us. Welcome, sister. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. So, I want to help you find your divine nutritional blueprint that works for you, Like I said, my personal journey, I use keto along with fasting. That's how I was able to get my weight down. And the reason why I chose keto is because during my fasting, my 40-day fast, God showed me through different doctors that I am a junk food addict. Well, in order for me to stop the cravings of wanting processed food and junk food and floury bread and pastas and all the stuff I grew up with, pretzels, all of those things, in order for me to stop the cravings, my divine nutritional blueprint had to be low carb, which means either keto or carnivore. Because of my body chemistry and because of my junk food addiction, as well as having PCOS, and PCOS is like a type of diabetes of the reproductive system, where you have insulin resistance. In order for me to heal from that, I had to lower my carbs. And obviously it worked because, besides the fasting, I was able to keep myself from craving sweets and junk food like I used to, so that I could finally get some peace, y'all. I could finally get some peace. No more hunger or habit pains, or, thinking all the time about when I'm going to eat and what I'm going to eat all the time. I was able to finally live a reality by controlling this body. I'm able to fast. I'm able to eat. And I don't have to worry about the in-between. How can I go back into fasting? Am I going to be able to do it without all these cravings? Those cravings ain't no joke. And that's why I tell you guys, I understand. I fully understand. You have a coach and a cheerleader that has been through it, that knows what you're going through. So I'm not like one of those people that, okay, I decide, I used to be an athlete, and I decide now, since I used to be an athlete, I'm going to go and get a coaching license and become a fitness trainer, and I'm just going to tell people how they can get fit and everything. And I never had a weight problem. I never had went through weight problems. So, no, see, you talking to somebody that's been there, done that. So I can have compassion for you, and I can have compassion and say, my sister, Queen, I know what you've been through. I've been through it. I know what you go through. I can say that. I can say I've been through it. I can say that I was almost 300 pounds, knocking on the door of 300 pounds, okay? I can say that. I can say for most of my life, I didn't know what the scale say below 199 pounds. I've always seen 200 and something since middle school, okay? So I can say that. I know what it's like to be an obese kid. I know what it's like to been bullied. I know what it's like to been picked over and not respected or listened to, because people judge you on how you look. Just automatically assume that you just, a sloth or lazy because you're big. I understand the stigmas, so I can speak from my own experience of how that is and how that's been. So, I'm here tonight to help you guys and any questions you have. And I want to see if any of you have any questions. Let's see. Looks like you said something. The Maya said, thank you for sharing more of this. You're very welcome, Sister Queen. Thank you for showing up and being our cheerleader. I was talking about you last week, about you coming on and cheering us on, and we sure do appreciate you. You said you still seeking for what works for you. And it's part of the journey. The seeking what works for you. I tell you, I've been seeking what works for me for years. And I'm just glad that I'm able to share from my point of view and from what I've gone through. And to be able to help you fine tune and what works for you, because, like I said, I watch vegan channels on YouTube. I watch carnivore channels on YouTube. I watch keto channels on YouTube. And all of them have success. But you know what they all have in common? Because, see, God gave me the mindset to be able to, cut the noise out and be able to just see what we all have in common, why we all find some kind of success. And the reason why we all find some kind of success, I'm going to come back to it again. We stop eating ultra-processed food garbage, okay? So you can look at the history. The people of Japan, yeah, they can eat rice. They eat rice and all that stuff. But they don't eat processed food, so that's why they can stay thin, okay? Well, there's other countries, people in other countries like the Alaskans, Inuit tribes. They eat nothing but meat. They carnivore, like I am, okay? But the reason why they still healthy is because they don't eat this garbage, this processed food, okay? So as long as you're eating something that our divine blueprint have, that God created, he created meat, he created vegetables, he created those things, okay? He created fruit, okay? As long as you have a nutritional diet where you're eating real food, you're fine, okay? You just have to fine tune what, probably from your genetics, what works best for you, I mean, even the French, they get, and the Italians, they eat pasta, but, and they look good, most of them. Some of them, okay? But you have to look at, okay, what part of Italy or Sicily they at? And what are they mostly eating? They're mostly eating, we're thinking they're eating pizzas and pastas all the time. But when you really look at the diet of the Italians, like the older people, they're eating mostly like Mediterranean, like fish, and they're not sitting around eating pasta and stuff all the time. That's just Americanized Italian food, okay? So don't believe the hype. They eat mostly fish. They eat mostly fruits and vegetables, and the other stuff, they don't eat that all the time, okay? So don't believe that. So they can eat that, but they don't eat, once again, they don't eat garbage. We eat garbage in America. This stuff in a box is trash. It's garbage. It's like, okay, it's cardboard. The same cardboard they put it in, that's the same thing that's inside of there. The powderized, sugarized, crystallized stuff. Take the flour of this stuff and put some water with it. Okay? What did it come out to be? Like glue. Okay? That garbage, your body can't break that down. Our bodies can't break that down. So guess what our liver does with that powderized, sugarized stuff? It put it right here. I know I had all of that, y'all. I had the Dunlaps. I had them. Yeah. So, I'm still trying to get rid of the last little bit of it. So what I'm trying to tell you, our bodies don't know what to do with that, okay? So the liver pushes out that extra sugar to your belly. That's where the belly fat come from, okay? It sits there. See, your body trying to save your life. It's like poison. The liver pushes it out to your fat cells. That's where the visceral fat comes from, okay? So it's garbage, y'all. It's all garbage. So as long as you're not eating the garbage and you're eating real food that our God created, you're fine, okay? Let's see. So Jackie says, so by fasting, that's how the food cravings and the food head nose stop. The food cravings stop from fasting. Yep. One thing I love about fasting, it resets your taste buds. Okay? But the key is you have to get to the point where you're not having those hunger pains, or what I call habit pains. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight, Jackie. So thank you for bringing that up. All right. What else was said? Demaya said, pray that part of me. I'm not a cook, but I try a little bit. Okay. Well, you know what? Just keep it simple. You know, a lot of people think you have to, in order to be a cook, you have to have all these different recipes and stuff like that. No, just cook it simple. One ingredient meals is all you need. Like, you know, when I'm cooking my meat, I just season it like I like, and I just put it in the oven till it's done. Just, you know, you don't have to do a whole lot. If you like steak like I do, I'm a steak eating chick, okay? Steak eating queen. I eat royally, okay? I just sear it. I just put a little butter in my pan, my little cast iron pan, and I just sear it on both sides. And then I eat a couple of boiled eggs with it. That's a meal, you know? Just keep it simple. Don't try to make these complex dishes, because that's what get us right there, y'all. These complex dishes. You know, just eat simple things. Eat one ingredient things, and you'll be just fine. If you're eating fruit, eat just the fruit. Eat like a thing of berries, okay? Or if you eat nuts, a thing of nuts. That's a meal, okay? Along with your meat. And I'm personally not eating dairy. If you eat dairy, that's fine. But I think that if you have weight to lose, cut the dairy out until you get the weight off, okay? Because I've noticed that people's weight stall because I pay attention. A lot of people's weight stall when I look at people that's doing keto and stuff. They weight stall because they're eating too much dairy. So I say stay away from the dairy, because dairy got sugar in it. It's called casein or something like that. Lactose. It has lactose in it. So, you know, you might want to stay away from the dairy part. But, you know, eating salmon, make you some salmon, bake you some salmon in the oven, you know. I think 350, 375, you know. It's easy. You know, you can find different recipes on YouTube and everything, and I'll share more meal plan recipes now that I know that's what you need. Thank you for telling me that, so I know to share that with the group. But just some salmon and asparagus, that's a good dish, you know. Just keep it simple, you know. Food noise. Okay. Okay, Jackie said, I have to meal prep and actually stay consistent at what I actually prepared, and not that and more. I know it's not going to happen overnight. Yes, the stuff they are calling food is killing us, making for pain and inflammation. You better say that again, sister. It is to kill us, and it's causing pain and inflammation. And I tell you, when I look at pictures of myself, my old pictures, like just the video that I made on my first day of fasting when I was getting my weight off, all of that wasn't fat. A lot of that was inflammation. I was so inflamed and didn't even realize it. And no wonder I was in pain and had sciatic nerve pain and all these different aches and pains. Here I was, 43 years old, feeling old. And here I am, 45, and feel like a teenager again. Why? Because I'm not inflamed anymore. I really, truly believe once you get rid of the inflammation, the rest of it will fall in place, y'all, because that's how it was with me. And fasting helped me get rid of the inflammation, along with keeping my diet low carb and, you know, just letting the body heal itself. Letting the body wants to heal itself, y'all. Our bodies are created to be regenerative, to heal itself, to regenerate itself. Okay? Just think, if God created these fantastic, beautiful bodies of ours, which we call our palaces, because remember, our mind is the temple and our body is the palace because we live in these bodies. If he created these bodies to do that, just imagine what else he done for us for the rest of, for the other aspects of our lives. You know? That's why when you let go and let God, everything works out for the good of those who love the Lord. You know that scripture. It even David said he never seen the righteous forsaken. All right? Why? Because when you let go and let God lead you and guide you, including with your health, guys, not just money. You know, they so silly in these churches, always talking about, you know, getting a breakthrough and a blessing, but they always talking about the money part, but they don't talk about the health part, you know. And I think that's why God put that passion in me so much about this, and why I had to conquer my own giants so that I could be in a position to help lead you guys too. Just like Harriet Tubman, she couldn't help them through the underground railroad until she found the way out first. Okay, that's why I'm doing that with you guys, and he gave me that passion to do that, because they're not talking about this in the churches. Okay, they're not talking about this enough. I know some ministers may be, but they're not talking about that enough. The health part, you know, that's important. If you don't have your health, you can't have the wealth, because any wealth you may get gonna go right back to the doctors, who just gonna patch you up until you die. That's all they do with these prescription pads. It's just a patching you up, another Band-Aid, you know. But God told us what to do. Fasting heals you, along with eating what God created for us to eat, which is real food. That stuff in the box is not real food. That is labels. And y'all, like I told y'all before, because y'all know I like dress, okay? I like to wear designer labels, not eat designer labels, okay? And that's what that is. It's just a bunch of labels. Okay, what else? You were right about that inflammation, because I was certainly inflamed for sure. And Jackie said, I was on a supervised all-liquid diet for 3 months, and first gained for a while, and then only lost a few pounds. Wasted a lot of money being encouraged by this, so I can get renewed my mind. Okay, what kind of liquid diet was it? Was it like juicing? Was it juicing, or was it water? What kind of liquid diet was it? And y'all, I've been there and done that with all of them. I can tell you stories. We could be on here to 2 o'clock in the morning, me talking about all the stories that I got from all this. From all these different diets that I've done. I've done the cabbage diet. I done the lemonade. What they call it? With the lemons and the cayenne pepper. Drinking that. I've done that. Every diet pill you could think of. Every powder you could, powder protein, meal replacement shakes. I've done all of them. So I want to know more about this diet you was talking about that you gained on. I'm sure you did waste a lot of money. Because, you know, if it's not just water fasting, whatever they had you drinking, like if it was just juice, like a juice diet, because I've done that. Okay, it may seem like you're going to lose weight, but if you have insulin resistance, like how I had that I didn't know I had, all you doing when you drinking all that fruity juice, you just keeping your insulin level up. And what does insulin does? Like I told you guys, if you watch my Kingdom Queen Talk videos, I told y'all insulin tells your body to store fat. So you are in a losing battle if you're just drinking juice. That's why I'm against a lot of people just, you know, jumping on the bandwagon and other groups that just go on these juice fasts, because it works for someone that's probably not insulin resistant, like a lot of men that used to working out, never had no kids, never had no hormonal issues or anything like that. It may work for them. They could drink all that watermelon juice all day long and they'd be just fine. But see, when I tried to do that, I may have looked like I came down a little bit, but that was just a little water weight. But then after a while, my body was too smart for that. My body was like, nope. Why? Because I was keeping my insulin up. Okay? So everybody can't do juice fasting. Okay? You may could do a vegetable, like I did the kale. I did the kale and the apple or something like that. That was okay for a while for me. But when I kept drinking it all day long like that, that was just keeping my insulin level down. And plus, it makes you hungry. You're going to stay hungry. Why? Because when you keeping your insulin level up, that sugar up, that makes you crave. So you keep craving, and keep craving. And every time you drinking those juices, you causing your insulin to go up and to tell your body to store fat. So if you're not taking in no fat, you may not be gaining weight, but you certainly not, it's not going to let you release the fat that's off of your body. So, you know, that didn't work for me because I was insulin resistant. So that may be the case with you, Jackie. Maybe you have insulin resistance. But what heals that? Fasting and keeping your carbs down. That will help you. And that's why I promote keto type, where you not eating but just meat and vegetables, because when you eating just meat and vegetables, you're keeping your carbs down and it causing your body to release the fat because you don't have insulin all day. Okay? Insulin causes you to store fat. Along with, you need to keep your stress level down too. Because if you have stress all the time, you have cortisol. And cortisol is the stress hormone. Stress and cortisol working together work against you. So you have to get proper rest. And rest. Try to keep your stress level down. That's why I don't have a whole lot of people around me, y'all. I'm a loner, okay? I don't have what you call so-called friends. I have 3 friends that we've been friends for a long time, and we may talk maybe about 2-3 times a year. We not all, we all loners, I keep my circle real tight because I don't like drama. I don't like a whole lot of people around me with a bunch of problems, Keep the drama out of your life. Keep the stress low, and get proper rest. Very important. Jackie, you said that's me. A doctor supervised diet by Optifast. Protein was in those drinks also. Yeah, they wasn't targeting the your insulin level. Do you have any diagnosis like that? You know, you could tell me and I won't announce it online, but do you have diabetes or anything like that? Or I know I have PCOS, which is a type of diabetes. You could have insulin resistance. A lot of us have insulin resistance, and they don't diagnose that. They don't actually diagnose anything till you actually have a high A1C, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, you are borderline or something like that, you know. The mindset, no, thank God. Yes, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. See, you're in the right place. You're getting it settled now. You know, That's why I say all the time. Even though I was 275 pounds, at least I was able to do something about it before it got to that point. Because diabetes runs rampant in my family. Okay, so at least I was able to, you know, get it under control before that happened, you know. So I thank God for that. You know, even though I went through the struggle for years, I thank the Lord. I'm grateful, y'all. I'm grateful. We have to be grateful. We still have these bodies. We still in these bodies. You know, we're learning. You know, you're in the right place. And guess what? God is going to help you find what works for you because you're looking. You know, a lot of people just give up and just be like, oh, well. No, you're actually trying, you know. You got your breakthrough. All right, victory is yours. You got to claim it. Victory is mine. Victory today is mine, okay? It's yours. You are already free. I told y'all when I wrote it down in my journal, before I even knew what a keto was, because I told you I didn't even know what keto was. I didn't know about people fasting and all that. See, a lot of people think, oh, they think I'll probably do about AHA, healthy alternative, before I started. I had no idea any of this stuff. I never heard of such a thing. I did hear one doctor that's not part of AHH, Dr. Goldhammer, but he's a vegan promoting doctor that said people would come to his clinic, North Star Clinic, and would fast. And he helped a lot of celebrities. I told y'all these celebrities, these people praising these celebrities, but when they need to do a movie role or get the weight off and all that, a lot of them go to these clinics, like in California and France and all these different places where he has a clinic. And he say that people do 40-day fast all the time, but I still thought that was kind of taboo. But when I heard about everyday people on Healthy Alternative with Chris James talking about they fasted and got down to their ideal goal weight, that blew my mind, y'all. That told me if they can do it, I can do it. Because they're a human being. I'm a human being. So guess what, Queen? If I can do it and I'm a human being, that means you can do it as well. I ain't got no special superpowers other than I know who I am. You know, I know who I am. I know who God created me to be. And I know who I serve. I serve the Almighty. And he say we can do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we can ask or think, according to the power that's in us. And he's in us. Okay? Knowing that put me in a position to say, well, if they can do it, and God say I can do it exceedingly abundantly above all I can ask or think, then I can do it. It might not be easy because, hey, you got to work through these hunger habit pains, but I know that if they can do it, then I can do it. Because our Father said I can do it, okay? And I believe what he says. So, if I could do it, you can do it. And what I was going to talk about tonight is, a lot of people say, well, might think when I said that I fast a lot, that I just totally deprive myself, or, oh, she just starved herself. She go around starving. And I'm going to tell you, once you learn the difference between habit pains and hunger pains, you will know that you're not fighting what's natural. You're fighting your body trying to tell you what to do, okay? And I learned that, okay? Is it habit pains or is it hunger pains? Unless a person truly done a real prolonged fast, like 2 to 3 days or longer, they don't know the difference. And see, people, especially in our country, America, a lot of people in America don't know what hunger really is. They think just because they stomach growling a little bit, they had breakfast at 8 o'clock, and here it is 10 or 11, and they think just because they stomach growling that they hungry. That's not hunger. That's habit. Your body has a clock, a system, and it knows, it tells your mind, you have a hormone called ghrelin hormone that tell your in your gut, that tell your brain it's time to eat. Why? Because you eaten at that time so many times for so many years that your body tell your brain that you're hungry, and that's not hunger. That's habit. And it has to do with your biological clock too, your circadian rhythm, okay? Well, when you fast, you reset all of that to normal, okay? That's what I love about fasting. Fasting reset all of that to normal, where you're able to actually be able to trust and listen to yourself. I know what hunger is because I actually felt hunger, okay? I moved past that ghrelin or habit pains, okay, when I fasted. So I know the difference. And once you know the difference between habit pains and hunger pains, you got the victory, baby, because now you can be a ruler over your body, okay? That's why it talks about fasting so much in the scriptures, because you have to beat these bodies into subjection. And how you beat these bodies into subjection, you tell your mind is telling your body that I'm the boss. I'm the boss. You're not going to tell me when to eat when I'm really not hungry, And we become slaves in these bodies. And I was a slave in my body for many years, because a lot of times our bodies would tell us we're hungry when it's actually a habit of eating a snack between breakfast and lunch, and a snack between lunch and dinner. We're not supposed to eat that constantly all the time. We're not. If you look at the ancient man or our ancestors, they hunted one time a day, and that's when they feasted. But until they found that the beast that they were hunting to eat, they didn't eat nothing. But we eat 4, 5, 6 times a day in America. Now, they done told us this because they want to sell us their snack foods. It has nothing to do with what we supposed to eat. They told us this because they want us to go and buy their treats and stuff. Okay, get the 1-calorie bag of Rice Krispie bars and these 100 calorie bags of crisp and chips and all this stuff. and just count your calories. No, you're not even supposed to be snacking in between meals, and you're not even supposed to have that many meals a day anyway. Our bodies are made to fast, and they're made to feast. And if you're constantly eating all day long, you are keeping your insulin level up all day. Time your insulin want to go down, you bringing it back up again because you going to eat something else. Habit. These are not hungers. These are habits. You have a habit of going to that vending machine when you not hungry. That's a habit. You may see somebody, it's a cue. You see somebody eating in the break room. You immediately start thinking your stomach growling. That's a habit. Fasting breaks the cycle of these habit pains. That's not hunger. You would know hunger if you fast. Because I tell you, after day 3 of fasting, when I was doing my extended fast up to 40 days, I didn't feel no hunger anymore. Why? Because I finally got past that ghrelin hormone, which tells the body to eat. It finally gave up and said, okay, she ain't eating, just stop. You're going to get past that point when you're fasting. But you have to fast long enough to get past that point. You know, drink water, keep your stomach full, you know. But I'm telling you, there's victory on the other side of that. Once you get past the hunger hormone, ghrelin, then you have victory to be free. Okay? You won't have that hunger pain that you think is hunger pain, because it's just a habit. Your body has a habit of you eating. Anybody got any questions so far? That's the victory. Amen. I'm telling you, it's victory on the other side of that habit pain. And some of these ghrelin signals only last like maybe about 30 minutes. If you just wait it out past the 30 minutes when you get those hunger pain, habit pains, if you wait past that 30 minutes, it'll stop. But you have to get past that 30 minutes. That's why you have to learn yourself. Find out your habits. What are you accustomed to doing? Are you accustomed to eating M&Ms in the middle of the daytime? You got to learn your customs. What are your habits? Okay? Stay away from the vending machine. Stay away from the break room if you need to. At least that first day when you're fasting. Okay? That's how you can solve that. Stay away from the areas that give your brain a cue to eat. Okay? You know, you have different cues to eat. Some of us can't go shopping in the grocery store when we're fasting. And I was one of those people. When I was on my 40-day fast, starting out, when I first started, I didn't go in the grocery store. I ordered my food online and told them when I was coming to pick it up. And they came and put the food in my trunk. And I did not go in the store. Why? Because they got Krispy Kreme donuts right in the front of the store. I showed y'all that during Christmas if you looked at my videos during Christmas on Instagram. They right there in the front of the door. You can't even walk in the door in peace without having them pushing this drug called sugar on you time you walking in the door of the grocery store. I mean, back in the day when you first walked into the grocery store, the produce section was right there. Okay? You walked in, you saw fruits and vegetables. Now when you walk in these grocery stores, the first things you see is bags of Doritos, potato chips, and sodas, and donuts. Right there, time you walk in the door, you can't even get your buggy real good without seeing them pushing this drug called sugar on you when you walking in the door. So what do you do to solve this problem for you when you having hunger habit pains, because they're not hunger pains, they're habit pains. Don't go in there. And, you know, some people be like, well, that just sound like a restrictive way to live. No, it's not a restrictive way to live. It's helping you win. It's setting you up to win in the long run. You might not be like that forever. I can walk in there and don't bother me now. But in the beginning it did. So, you know, don't listen to people that talk about, oh, that kind of diet and fast and all that, that's restrictive. No, it's not restrictive. It's helping you get your freedom. It's helping you get your life back. You're going to finally be free from being a slave to your body and your appetite. Okay? And the scriptures talk about how, you know, you should not be a slave to your own appetite. It talks about that in Proverbs. You know, it says put a knife to your throat if you're given to appetite, which means it's telling you to stop. Warning signs. Stop. Think. But see, it's hard for you to stop and think when you're a sugar addict, because sugar messes with your judgment. It puts your brain to sleep. It's more addictive than cocaine. 8 times addictive than cocaine, y'all. I've shown that on slides, okay? It tells your judgment part of your brain to go to sleep. It's like you the Walking Dead, okay? Make you wonder why they have shows like Walking Dead and these zombie shows, because it's really like that. It's really like that. That's what sugar does to you, okay? It cuts off the part of the brain that tells you to stop and think, all right? That's why you can see people that are 300 and 400 pounds, like I almost was, and still eating that stuff when they know that it's causing them to have diabetes and have to give themselves a shot, an insulin shot every day. It's causing them to have neuropathy. It's causing them to, some of them, it's causing them to the point where they can't even hardly walk. But they still eating it. Why? Because the part of the brain is asleep that tell you to stop. And they're a slave to their body and appetite. That the habit is keep telling them they're hungry when they're not. I'm telling you, you have to get free. Victory is yours. That's why I'm giving you guys the knowledge, and I'm sharing with you my testimony. That's why I do that. And that's why we walk in for victory, because it helps change your brain chemistry when you walk. Okay? When you're walking, it gives you a sense of euphoria. You can finally think clearly. It's helping your body, your chemistry, everything changing when you walking in nature and getting fresh air. You know, most of us work in cubicles all day. You're not seeing the sun. You're just stressed out all day long sitting in a cubicle. You know, I've been there. I understand. I used to work call center work. And it seemed like every day that I was sitting and at my desk all day long, all I wanted to do was stress eat. Because those phone calls are stressful. Okay? All I want to do is stress eat, drink sodas, eat popcorn, eat junk food, and not exercise and not walk. You know? So these victory walks is going to help you finally get the victory, because victory is yours. And we're going to continue to keep doing this, y'all. I hope this is really helping you out, Demaya. You still there? Amen. Yes. Jackie says, okay, good information. Habit pain. Yes, it's habit pain. When I had lost the weight before, I definitely had less brain fog. Yes, it wakes you up. It wakes you up. I'm telling you, because you probably was releasing the sugar out of your body when you release that sugar out of your body, and you can finally wake up and think. Y'all, I used to feel like I was losing my mind sometimes. And I talk about that on my video. I used to be so forgetful. It's funny that some things I would forget and some things I wouldn't forget. Like, I don't forget a face. If I've seen a face and I interacted with that person, I'll remember them forever. I remember the lady that I met 5 years ago. Okay, and I said, didn't I know you from such and such bank? And she said, yeah, you still remember that? That was 5 years ago. Yeah, I don't forget a face. I don't forget some things. But I will forget where I set my car keys just two minutes ago. I will forget where I set my purse. Little things like that. And calling people the wrong name sometimes. Little stuff like that. We used to laugh at our grandparents that did that. You know, my grandmother used to call my sister my name or call me my sister's name and say, child, you know I'm talking about you. Come here. And I felt myself starting to get like that. And I'm like, wait a minute now. But it's I'm telling you, it's because of the diet. It's because of the sugar. The sugar, and it give you a foggy brain. All these carbs and sugar and flour. You know, flour just as bad as sugar. Y'all know that, right? Because it's powderized. Our bodies don't know what that is. So all this stuff, all this garbage that's in these boxes, it's causing us, they talking about dementia. It's causing that. They call, now they're starting to call dementia and Alzheimer's, they starting to call that type 3 diabetes, y'all. So, they starting to call it that because it's causing that. All this junk food, it's causing that. It's causing you to have brain fog. And I notice I'm sharper now. All that fasting I'm doing, of course. All that fasting that I did, all right, it's healing. Your body wants to heal itself. You're finally allowing your body to heal itself. Okay? Victory is yours. That's why I say, if you can't fast a full day and you just doing that one meal a day at least, and you getting out there and walking 30 minutes a day, at least 3 days a week, and you keeping your word on that, that's going to keep building your confidence. And the more confidence you have, the more you start saying, hey, I can stick with this. I finally trust myself that I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. Because for many years, y'all, I did not have no self-confidence because I would say I'm going to do something and I wouldn't do it. And my dad, my parents, they mean well, but growing up, I was a little spoiled. I know I was a little spoiled. But at the same time, we had all this processed foods in the house because mom worked. She worked and she had to make quick meals. So we're not faulting our parents, We're not going to do that. They didn't know that, no parent intentionally try to do this. But all these foods in the frozen food section, all that, we had that growing up. So, when they were feeding us this stuff, they didn't know that it was causing us to be insulin resistant and to, get hooked on the sugar and all that stuff and the pastas. We grew up on that macaroni in the box and all that stuff because it was convenient food. They sold us this stuff as convenient food, y'all. So, we can't fault our parents for that. But however, we can change it now, And that's why I'm trying to bring the awareness to the community, to the church community, as well as, to everybody that, hey, just eat real food. If we just start eating real food spending our money on real food, helping farmers and ranchers instead of helping these big corporations, because it's only like it's like a monopoly of them. It's only like maybe about three of them, 3 or 4 of them together that making all this food that's making everybody sick. If we just stop spending our money with these people and say, hey, we demand real food, then, we'll make a difference. And that's what I'm talking about. They made it so convenient. Oh, just pop this in the oven. Just pop this in the oven and, you have a delicious meal for your family. But don't know that we're causing our families, when we're eating that long term, causing us to get sick. Like you said, inflammation. All this, most of these diseases that we have is caused from inflammation. And inflammation is your body is fighting itself. It's fighting against this stuff. This stuff coming in here is poison, and it's fighting itself. So all these multiple sclerosis, all this stuff comes from that, y'all. It comes from one thing: eating the wrong thing that's not food. You might as well be eating school glue when you're eating flour, because when you put water with flour, it's sticky. You might as well be eating school glue, So that's why I passionately talk about this. What kind of fast was your 40-day fast? Jackie asked me. It was just water. Water and electrolytes, like keto drops or pink Himalayan salt and water, just to keep my electrolytes up. But it was just water. I did a water fast. And keep in mind, I did not know from the beginning it was going to be 40 days. God just kept pushing me to do 40 days. Like he was doing, like he did Abraham, told Abraham to keep going. Okay, he just kept telling me, keep going, keep going. You ain't got the revelation. You don't have the revelation yet. Keep going. You don't have the revelation. Visions is revelation. That's one reason why I call myself the vision queen. He was giving me revelation as I was going, but I had to be obedient to get these revelations. I didn't know about Chris James with the fasting, that I could keep fasting until day 25. What if I didn't keep fasting until day 25 to get that revelation? I would have never known that there were other people that were fasting like me that got down to their ideal weight. Okay? So as I was fasting, God was showing me step by step these different doctors that was talking about insulin resistance. One doctor told me that I was a junk food junkie. Then it started dawning to me. No wonder I kept trying to do these diets, but still eating the junk food. No wonder I couldn't stick to no diet, because I was still eating the food that they told us to eat in moderation. Like Weight Watchers. As long as you count your points, you can eat your Smart Ones. Well, guess what? Smart Ones got that powderized, sugarized stuff in it again. So I was still feeding my addiction. As I tried these different diets, no wonder I would fall off the wagon. Okay? So during my fasting, God was showing me this how I failed in the past. This how I failed. This how I can keep going. This how I can finally be free. I just kept fasting until I got all the knowledge from all the different doctors. The carb addiction doctor I found doing that was talking about keeping your carbs down, and how he was helping people. He's a weight loss doctor. He would help people have gastric bypass, and he was talking about how he would teach them how to eat keto and how they would keep the weight off after gastric bypass surgery. Now you see all the time all these people that have gastric bypass surgery, they gain the weight back. But he was helping his clients keep the weight off after their surgery, because he was teaching them how to eat low carb to keep their insulin level down. Because I'm telling you, most of us have insulin resistance and don't know it. Most of us in America, at least, because we've been eating this standard American diet most of our lives, which is the SAD diet, by the way. That's why you have all this depression and stuff going on. All this depression and stuff is coming from the food, y'all. All of this come from that. All of the stuff that we're going through come from that, okay? That's why I'm always so happy now, because I eat real food. But I used to have little bouts of depressions and stuff. So, yeah. Amen. Amen, sister. I'm telling you, victory is ours. Victory is finally ours. You hear me? We're going to finally be free. Just keep coming to the rallies every week. And keep walking your 30 minutes a day. And I'm going to have my father-in-law talk to y'all next week. Y'all need to hear from him. He's 79 years old. He walk. So if my 79-year-old father-in-law, who is on a walker cane, by the way, he has a cane and a walker. Now, if he can still walk, what's our excuse? All right? But, you know, he come from that generation that did that, you know. One thing about my mom I can say, she did instill in me walking. We walked a lot, you know, even though she would try to, you know, say, come on and walk. If you at least walk with me, I'll give you a treat. But see, that was the bad way to, you know, convince me to walk, because you would convince me to walk with you, but then you would give me a treat later. I should have had the treat. But see, she didn't know that. But she did walk all the time. And see, our generation, my generation, all we did was sit in the house and play video games. Okay, we played Super Mario Brothers and sat around eating Lay's potato chips and Little Debbie snack cakes and all that, and sitting there playing the GameCube and the Nintendo games and stuff like that. But my parents' generation, they went outside and played all the time, and they walked. So they had that foundation, okay? So he's from that generation, okay? And it's just something about hearing him talk about it. And, you know, he had hip surgery and knee surgery, but he's still at it. He's still at it. And it was a time when I was still 275 pounds, and he would call me up and say, I just went out and did my steps today. And I used to just feel so bad. I'd be like, he out there walking. I ain't have no energy to walk. Okay? So he inspired me. So that zeal for walking and victory march and all that, guess where I got that from? I got that from him, and I got that from the memories of walking with my mom. Okay? When train up a child, they should go, and they would not depart from it. Those things that I got in the early age, they're coming back. And I'm seeing that they had something here. Like I told y'all before with Dr. Martin Luther King them. They had something there with that marching. It's just something about marching. Something about taking a stand and marching. Just give you the victory. Okay? You get the victory. Joshua them got the victory of Jericho. It's in us to march, y'all. So keep marching on. Jackie, I know you were saying something about your knee hurt sometimes. That's the inflammation. That's going to go down, baby. Victory is yours. Just keep walking. Keep walking as much as you can, okay? And I'm telling you, keep walking, doing your 1 meal a day, if you can. Staying off of the processed foods. Eating just meat and vegetables. If you have to have any fruit or nuts, just have a little bit of berries if you need to, because berries don't have a whole lot of fructose in it. So you can eat just a little bit of berries if you need to. Put on your salad or something like that, if you have to have fruit. But I just eat mostly meat and vegetables. The inflammation will go down. And you won't have those joint and knee pain no more. And you'll be able to walk more and more and more. But push through it. I shared my video on the page where I talked about how my knee would tell me that it hurt when I first started doing my lady warrior walks. And then once I get in the gym and start walking on the treadmill, it start hurting all of a sudden. Okay? That's your body trying to play tricks on you. All right? Don't listen to that body. Push past that. You are a queen that have a crown, temple, that live in the body. Change the mind. The body will follow. But you have to tell your body, you the boss. I'm the boss. I'm going to tell you when I'm going to eat. I'm going to tell you we're going to get up and we're going to walk. Okay? Because, baby, some days I had to tell my body that. Even now. This morning I told my body. It didn't want to get out that nice, comfortable bed over there. And I said, oh, no. We finna get up right now. And we about to go for a walk. And then we going to go in there and get on that treadmill and that elliptical. And I don't care what you tell me, body. We about to go. Now get up, body. Let's go. Y'all, that bed was feeling good. You hear me? That bed was feeling good. But I had to tell that body, get up. Let's go. All right? I had to put the lady warrior hat on this morning. Okay, when I wear that Puma hat, that's my lady warrior hat. I had to put on my lady warrior crown this morning and say, let's go, body. Let's go right now. And we going to do this. All right? Even now, I still have to tell myself that. Because I know I have a proclivity of getting lazy if I don't stick to it. So I know me. Know thyself. So that's why I have to keep pushing through it. Self-discipline. I had to learn self-discipline because I didn't have no self-discipline. And my husband was just talking about me today about how proud he was of me, about how much I changed like that. Because, you know, he used to think I would give up on things easily. He used to be like, you don't gave up on that already, that idea or something like that. And it wasn't that I would give up. It's that I had no drive and no motivation in the past, y'all. I had a lot of stress, first of all, because I was letting my life, I was letting myself be a victim of circumstances, y'all. I had that victim mentality, okay? Which I'm going to be talking about next week, all right? I had a victim mentality. And I was just letting life kick me in the butt and keep me thinking that I couldn't do things. Okay? And because I had a victim mentality, more scenarios and situations would come up to confirm that. Okay? So I had no drive and no motivation in the past for certain things. And if things didn't happen right away, I would feel like, what's the point? And I don't know what happened in the past that caused me to be that way, but I think it was a lot of disappointment that I had. You know, people not doing what they said they was going to do, and, you know, just, you know, a lot of disappointment over the past just made me start feeling that way. Well, once I fast and broke free of that, y'all, he like, you turned into a whole different person. I said, yes, because I'm Lady Tay, the Vision Queen now. I live above my circumstances, okay? I fly like an eagle. I soar like an eagle. I live above my circumstances now. I don't let things just, you know, keep me down like that. I'm like, hey, what can we do to solve this? You know, I turned into a whole nother person. I got my reality, okay? And fasting and being consecrated with the Lord and reading my scriptures and stuff, that helped me. They helped me be able to do that. And that's why I'm here to help you guys catch the vision of the kingdom of God and help you have the vision of the real true you. Catch the vision of the true you and finally live your reality. Because we supposed to be victorious, not victims. Not victims of circumstances. I don't want to talk too much about that because we're going to talk about that next week, and I'm excited about that. So, y'all, we're going to have a treat next week, okay? I think we're going to have 2 lives next week because I'm going to have to go to my father-in-law house, and we're going to go walking together, and then I want to have him on and talk to you guys about, some of the struggles that he went through. He has a really good testimony as well, okay? So, stay tuned. Next week gonna be awesome, okay? But I want to help you guys because I know Easter is coming up, or Resurrection Sunday, and, they're gonna have all this candy and Easter baskets and all this stuff. Like I told y'all, they have this stuff set up where it's just so hard to resist all these sugary snacks and all this stuff. I know, trust me, I know. I was guilty of it. I used to eat the Cadbury eggs and the Reese's eggs and all that stuff. I understand. But I want you to think, how would this help me in the long run if I indulge in all this stuff? Would this help me? Would this help me be victorious? Or will I feel like a victim after I eat this? Because, you have to think like that. I know I went through it with Valentine's Day. They had junk food all around me. But I had to think, would that help me? Would that help me continue to, walk in my goals? I like feeling good, looking good. Would that help me, or would that start me having those cravings again? I didn't want to have them again. So, I chose not to. But if you do fail in that, remember that's not a failure. That's just a way to help you see what you need to improve on, okay? But you got time now to prepare. If you know that a certain place or a certain event is going to cause you to want to indulge in that stuff, you may want to opt out of it, You may want to opt out of it. And I know it's hard because we like to do things with our family and stuff. But I'm telling you, that first 6 months that I did in my transformation, I wasn't around my family for that first 6 months. Because I knew that if I were around them, if I went around my mom's house when she got all this candy and junk food everywhere, if I went over there before I was strong enough, I would have failed. Now I can go over there and it don't bother me. It's not going to be forever, y'all. But until you are strong enough, you may want to opt out of some events, I'm just being honest. But if you have any questions or need any help, that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you. And did anybody say anything else before we go? You're welcome, Jackie. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I was staying on to see if Michaela, any of them had any questions, but that's okay. We're going to get back on again next week. And remember, victory is yours, okay? We got victory over the enemy, and the world can't do us no harm. I hope y'all listened to that song. I shared it in the group, okay? My grandmother used to play that song when I was a little girl. And it's funny how that stuff came up while I was fasting. And I was singing those old gospel music when I was on my fast. And it was helping me too, okay? All right now. Y'all better start listening to some of them oldies but goodies, all right? Anyway, this is Lady Tay. This is Kingdom Queen Talk. It's been a pleasure talking with you guys tonight. If you don't have any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and close out this rally. And I pray that I answered your questions about hunger and habits. We're going to continue to talk about this as well and show you some different studies and stuff over the summer on Kingdom Queen Talk. Your body is your palace. We're going to be talking more about this in detail, about the different hunger signals and all that. But I'm telling you, most of that is habit, y'all. Your body is trying to rule you, but you have to be a righteous ruler over these bodies, okay? You rule, not your body. Your body is just your palace that you live in, but you are not your body, okay? Remember that. You are not your body. You are a king or queen that live in your body. So you have to be the righteous ruler over your body. And keep eating real food, y'all. Real food. All right? Well, it's been a pleasure. I got to go. Y'all know I can talk. So let me go. Have a great night. I love y'all. Oh, if you can think it, you can see it. And if you can see it, you can be it. All it takes is one vision and one decision to change your whole destiny, y'all. All right? Well, let me go. Y'all have a good night.